Hey guys, welcome to a new video. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I got an email last night from somebody. I'm not even going to talk about what the email is. If you guys saw the post that I made last night, then you might know what it is. But we're going to go ahead and talk about it. Before I even begin, I'm just going to go ahead and read the actual email. And I'm going to read to you the conversation back and forth of what me and this individual had. So I got an email from somebody. It says, "Hello, sir. My name is Sanvi. Sanvi. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. I have a message for you." So I got this email, guys. So I'm going to read what the email says. "I'm a watcher of the channel. I'm even a fan. I really want to buy your courses, sir, but I simply just don't make enough money. I understand that, as you stated, you live in the United States. Sir, your course costs $39.99 with all the bulk information. I wish I could buy them, but I simply cannot. I work as a cleaner here, sir, for a small service company. I clean office buildings and hotels 6 times a week, and I have 2 children to whom they don't have a father and I not a husband. In a traditional life in India, a husband is to provide with his work, and I was to provide for the farm and home care. But unfortunately, my husband's heart stopped when he was just 39. I'm not making excuses, but I only get money for the days that I work, and I am not well off. Myself and my children live with my sick mother to avoid the cost of a full flat. My income is currently 4,500 rupees per month. Once again, I understand that in your country, the price of the courses are not much, but here there is a big wealth divide. I am a very educated woman, but I am falling on hard times. I'm sure you know about this, so please, this is my proposal. Please take the chunks that are useful of the courses that you have and separate them and offer them for sale for a very low price. A woman like me will take advantage of this offer. If the price of the courses are cheap enough, I will buy them. For me, you will be making a big difference in my life. I discovered your channel 6 days ago, and I'm learning a lot, but I believe the premium courses will be of value to me. Once again, please, I am not trying to make excuses. If I had the money, I would buy, but I can't, and I think at this rate, I will never be able to get ahead." So, as you guys can see, this is a screenshot of an email that I received last night. And this lady, shout out to Sanvi, I totally understand your situation, and we talked about this. I talked to her over email. She's basically saying, obviously, as you guys heard the message, she's not doing too well financially right now. She wanted to get access to the paid courses on our website, and for anybody who watches our channel, you guys know what I'm talking about when I talk about the paid courses. Autopilotpassiveincome.com, the Redbubble tag course, the POD design course, Zazzle tag course, TeePublic course, etc., right? So she is basically saying she basically can't buy the courses, which is understandable. When we were talking, guys, and I actually put this in the poll last night, I set up a poll where I asked you guys certain questions, or a certain question. I figured what the currency conversion was, and what was her number again? 4,500 rupees. Came out to $56 a month, I believe. I believe that's what it was, $56 US. And obviously, I'm a fair guy. I mean, you guys know me. I've made these videos. You guys know if you've ever taken one of my courses, I put all the effort into it. There's no fluff. There's no BS. It's literally setting the stage and then the information. That's like literally all it is. And it's a lot of videos. It's a lot of content. It's not for a beginner. And that's the truth. The courses that we create are not for beginners. The YouTube videos are for the beginners, but the courses are not for beginners. Okay? Now, even if you are a beginner, the goal of the course is to take you from that beginner standpoint into intermediate, if not advanced, right? It's supposed to move you up a level. Now, I did the math, and I said, if our course is $40, right, and we're just taking a random course. I'm not saying any course specifically, but I'm just saying a random course. It's $40. If her salary, and I'm just giving an example here, is 56 $56 a month. If I was her, I wouldn't pay for a course because that's just not enough money, right? What are you left with? $16 left in the month. Now, I know this converts to rupees and things are different in India, but I didn't really know that, to be 100% honest, up until recently. For those who don't know, I talk a lot about the people that I hire and things like that, and I do hire people overseas. I've hired people from India before. I've paid them what is equivalent to, for US dollars, $1,200 a month, $2,000 a month, even $3,000 a month, depending on how much work they do. And it's all part-time work. It's not a full-time at all, by any means. It's a few hours a day. Weekends are off, and I give bonuses on top of that. So if I see somebody doing a good job, I'll send them an extra $100. I'll send them an extra $50, $20 for the day, or whatever the case may be, depending on how that I pay them. Or if they show that they're inquisitive and they're asking more questions when they're working for me and they really want to impress me, I'll give them extra money. I always tell them, if you could do good or do better than what I expect, you'll get paid extra. And with me, it's not like I give a solid number every single month, because I do have a minimum. I have a minimum that I give them, but I give them a lot more than that. And it goes up and down. But regardless, I wasn't really aware of how different things could be in India. Like, I didn't know that there were people living off of a salary of $56. I didn't know that, right? US dollars. So I said, honestly, and I messaged her back, and I, offered my condolences, and I had no idea. And basically, she said something that caught my attention. She said, please take the chunks that are useful of the courses that you have and separate them and offer them for sale for a very low price. So I thought to myself, I said, this is interesting. I actually thought about this when she said this, and we spoke back and forth. But I basically asked her, I was like, what do you like, the chunks? That's an idea, but every part of the course is valuable. So we can separate them into lessons, but how much is a very low price? And when she reached back to me, she said 99 cents for a portion of the course, a lesson. Now, we were talking back and forth, and I don't have every single message here, but this is her other message. And when I replied to her, she basically said, thank you for messaging me back. I'm looking to pay 99 cents per lesson or something like that for not a portion of the course, but a lesson. I said, that's interesting. So when I thought about this, guys, I said, we have to be fair. Because to be honest, out of all the courses we've created, I can't offer a course that was for $40 to a certain group of people who already paid that same exact course or a piece of that course for the price of $1. Just can't do it. That makes me a dishonest person. It's unfair to the people who already paid. Can't do that, right? So those courses are going to stay the way they are. But my proposal and my idea was, and this is why I set up the whole poll last night after getting this message, I said, would you be interested of lessons starting at $1, anywhere up to like $9.99? So anywhere from 99 cents to $9.99, which is less than $10, for pieces of a course. But here's the thing. Once again, we're not going to be able to release courses that are already released, right? And for those who don't know, like the Redbubble Tag course, the POD Design course, the TeePublic course, all these courses, we're currently updating them. So we're currently adding more content. And something that I promised you guys was whatever course you purchase, you get access to it for free forever, and you get the updates. We're updating those courses. Like, we got a really nice update coming out for the Redbubble Tag course. The POD Design course, we got some really good updates as well. We're working on some really good things, and we're adding more content to it. If you do the math, you probably long-term, these would be cheaper. These courses would be cheaper than 99 cents a lesson. But the reason why I'm even making this video is because, like I said in the post last night, I had no idea that, and put it this way, guys, when I priced the courses at $39.99, in my head, I thought pretty much everybody in America, everybody all over the world can afford this. That's what I thought. Now, I'm speaking from what I thought. When I was college and I was broke, guys, the lowest day, and I live in New York City. Like, things are expensive. Costs of things like are ridiculously expensive, but if I worked at the restaurant for a day, and this was the lowest paying money that I ever earned, on a low day, on a Tuesday or Wednesday, I would get paid something like $27, $37. If I work for like an extra few more hours, I can put it together and get the money the next day, or whatever the case may be. So I didn't think that $39.99 was like an issue, but I never really paid attention to the other countries of the world. And we actually got a few comments when I asked people in a poll, would you rather have new releases of courses coming out for starting at $1, for unreleased courses. Like we're not talking about the released ones. We're talking about unreleased. So things that we didn't even talk about yet. Or would you like B, keep the courses at $39.99 for a barrier to entry? The reason why I even offered the barrier to entry comment is because a lot of people, because of the content we add in the courses, which is stuff we don't talk about on the YouTube channel, a lot of the times people want the content to stay in the course so it doesn't get out to a lot of people. Because if a certain strategy is given in a course, it wouldn't make sense or wouldn't be ideal to give it to a whole lot of people or give access to a lot of people. And that's a very valid way of thinking or a very valid way of looking at things, right? Like, for example, if you know about a certain strategy in crypto, why would you want hundreds and thousands of people to know about that same strategy? You're making money from that certain angle. You wouldn't want necessarily people to find out about it, let it be, and everybody knows about it. Same thing with Redbubble. If you know about a specific keyword that's bringing you in cash, you wouldn't necessarily put it out there to the world because that's bringing you in cash. And if you let everybody know, then everybody, you know what I'm saying? Then everybody's going to exploit it, and now it's not special anymore. So 19% of the people said they don't want the courses to be cheap. They want there to be a barrier to entry. They want the courses to be $39.99. And then you have 81% of the population said, no, create courses that are cheaper, right? Now, once again, when I created these courses, guys, never in my life did I think that $39.99 was an issue financially. Now I'm aware. But regardless, when I created those courses for $39 or whatever the price was, I saw other people selling courses for $700, for $300. I think they're, $279, $400, $500. And this was in our space. We're talking about the print-on-demand space. I don't want to say names of people, but I even know I don't want to say the names because you guys probably know who these people are. They're in the Zazzle space, and I think they charge like a few thousand. I don't know the exact number, 3, 4, 5,000 for a course. We're talking about a course. So, I mean, if you were to ask me about, like, does it make sense to charge a certain amount? I would say if the course is legitimate and it shows people how to make money and how to get a better chance to make money, I think you could charge a little more. But then again, once again, I did not know. And you guys heard me a few days ago recently say that my goal by the end of the year is to get as many people across that goal line as possible. To as many people for the print on demand to actually make money. Because once we cross this over, we're not coming back to it. Once we make sure a lot of people get successful with I'm not talking about Redbubble again. I'm not going to talk about all these things again. Because once we get to that line and we beat that line where there's enough people being successful, we're not coming back to this. We're not going to talk about trends. We're not going to talk about Redbubble search algorithms. We're going to move on to other things. You know what I'm saying? But regardless, I had a few comments, and I want to share what those comments were. So, MJ, first I'll read her comment. She says, "Thank you so much, Mark, for thinking about it. I'm also from India." That's right. "We cannot afford the course right now as things got worse after the pandemic here, and for more of us over the world. I am waiting for the last 6 months to take your course. Unfortunately, I'm not able to manage it. That's the reason I applied for your virtual assistant job so that I can afford your course and the tools for my print-on-demand business. Also, help you with all the tasks. Thank you very much for listening. God bless you. Regards, Monica." So thank you, MJ or Monica. Shout out to you. And then we have another comment here. Stoked Up Art. Now, Stoked Up Art actually took the course. Now, is he from India? I'm not sure. Maybe Stoked Up Art, you can let us know. Maybe he wrote it. I believe he wrote it in his comment, but let's find out. So here he says, yeah, I think he's from India. There we go. So he says, dude, I was broke. He didn't say the word broke. He said, I don't want to say the word because, family friendly. I don't want to curse, but you guys see the word. He says, I was broke to buy the course back in January. $39 is almost like 4,000 rupees in India. So it's still a little expensive, to be honest. Luckily, whatever earnings I had from Redbubble helped me purchase the course. That's the power of passive income, and it's one of the best investments I made. Sometimes you gotta spend money to make money. With that being said, thanks for making the course, Mark. You're an OG for what you do. So shout out to Stoked Up Art. So Stoked Up Art said he bought the course, he enjoyed it, right? And he feels like it made money and it was a good investment, etc. And I replied and I said, hey, thanks for finding the course beneficial. I'm happy that, you found it to be well worth the money. Then another person from Egypt commented. He says, same here. I'm from Egypt and $40 is like 800 Egyptian pounds. That's a lot. If you can break up the courses into $10 chunks, that would be great. So here's the thing. Once again, guys. So based on the poll, and based on everything that I'm doing, we have to find a middle ground here, okay? I'm going to be honest and I'm going to be upfront what we're going to do, and this is my idea, and I want you guys to chime in the comments. What I don't want to do is I don't want to be one of those channels that charges a certain price for the course. And once again, guys, I'm going to say upfront and honest, I don't believe, especially for a first world country, that $39.99 is a lot for a course. I don't believe so. But there are people around the world who simply cannot afford it. I get that. Based on the emails, based on everything that was going. Now, my goal, obviously, when we make money selling courses, we're making money. But it's not just to make money. Like, if I really just wanted to make money, I'd charge $200, $300, $400, $500 per course. Just like all the other people out there. The reason why we even decreased the prices at $39.99, I don't know if you guys remember this, but I said the more content we add, the more the price is going to go up. I actually held it at $39.99. I thought it was going to go up to $80 and $90, but the reason why I held it there is because I realized that a lot more people can get access to it at a lower price. But once again, it wouldn't be logically fair to give the courses that are $40 basically away at a 99-cent price. It doesn't make sense. It's not fair, right? For all the people who paid and got access to it, all the loyal subscribers, everybody who paid and were serious about learning, imagine you walk into Gucci or Louis Vuitton and you buy that purse or that bag or that pair of jeans for $5,000. And then the next week they drop the price for whatever reason and they say, yeah, it's $200 now. Well, as a customer who paid $5,000, you're going to feel like you were scammed, you were robbed. So I'm not going to be in that position. I don't want the people who already paid and who are loyal to feel that way. And for that reason, the courses that are $39.99 are going to stay $39.99. They're not going to change. And the future courses that we do release that are lessons of courses and small pieces will never include and will not include any lesson or any video from the courses listed that are the prices that they are. So basically what I'm trying to say is that the courses that we've released for $39.99, even the Rocket Tag course for $29.99, all these courses, they will stay the price that they are, and the content will be locked to those prices. You can never get access to them at a cheaper price ever. The reason why I say that is because, once again, out of fairness and respect for the people who joined, we have to give them their respect, right? For future things that we talk about, when we talk about Etsy, when we do more talking about certain different platforms that I'm not even going to mention because they're newer platforms. They're not, for example, Fine Art America. We've been doing really well on Fine Art America recently. I came up with a new system, tagging, things like that. I struggled with Fine Art America for a little while. But I'm coming up with a new system. Fine Art America, we can do little lessons like that and charge cheaper prices to give access to people for around the rest of the world. Does that make sense? If there's a certain tool and I'll give you an example. We create apps. In my business, and my guys, where I come from, I always look for ways to make passive income. One of the ways I make passive income is creating apps, like applications, like Android apps, iPhone apps, but we don't necessarily have to do them with coding. Like you don't have to actually sit there and spend months and months and months learning how to code to create these apps. So when we create these apps, and by the way, some of them are games and some of them aren't. When we create these apps, I intend to put out premium content around that. Well, I'm not going to put it out there. We'll put out small lessons for cheaper prices, and then we'll put out the bulk stuff for the regular $39.99 price. So basically what my idea is, we're going to be serving two parts of the community here. And like I said, this is my way to be as inclusive as possible. Now, what I want to say is that a lot of people might think that you make a significant amount of money on these 99-cent courses. You don't. And I'll explain why. If I have a website, I have to pay for hosting. That's the first thing I have to pay for. But the hosting price changes depending on what's hosted on the website and how many visitors are on the website and how it's set up. So I'll give you an example. For this hosting on this website, right, we pay a base fee per person who joins the website as a member. Does that make sense? As a website member, okay? Like every single time somebody joins the website to join the course, we have to pay a fee for that because they're essentially viewing the hosted content. That's just the way it is. Now, there are some groups that are different. Like you can go on WordPress. If you go to Hostinger or you go to Bluehost or GoDaddy, they have a base fee. And if you top out that fee, that monthly fee, if you top out that monthly memory rate, then you're going to have to expand your hosting, right? If you have too much data on your website, you're going to have to pay for more hosting. It's just the way it works. So amongst the hosting fees, there's another group of fees, which is credit card processing fees. So somebody suggested in the comments here is like just do an email where they can just ask you the question. I have an email set up in the website. It's a contact me, but I simply cannot answer everybody. There's just not enough time. As you guys know, I spend 10 to 20 minutes a day working on this YouTube channel, and that's it. I don't spend any more time than that because I have other businesses I have to run. I have a portfolio of blogs, a lot of things going on, the apps. There's a lot of things behind the scenes that you guys don't see that I'm actually working on. I told you guys this before. Redbubble, print on demand, YouTube, this is not my business. This is not something that I rely on for income. By any means. I rely on my blogs. I rely on my passive income websites. These are things that I rely on, and I devote about 99% of my attention to it. So what I'm trying to say here is credit card fees is a big thing. If you charge 99 cents for a course, I use Stripe. You guys may know this. You may not know this. I don't know. There's a website called Stripe, which essentially takes people's credit card information and puts it in your bank account, right? The money that they pay. Stripe, in order for you to even work with them, for every transaction, they charge 30-something cents plus 2.9%, and they're increasing the percentage very soon, in a few months, I think in like 2 months or something like that, to 3.5%. So 30-something cents plus 3.5%, let's just call it 35 cents, right, total, or something like that, is about, let's say, a third to a little bit more than a third of that 99 cents that's being cost. So for every person that joins for 99 cents, on top of the hosting fee, we're going to have to pay an extra 30-something cents. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're only making 60 cents in return, the hosting fees could easily beat the cost of the website, especially if it doesn't join at scale. Like if there's not enough people joining, right, these courses, then you're going to have to shut the website down. There's just no way around it. So what I'm trying to say here is that we're going to have to work around things. When we create the website, and it has to be a separate website for the way that things are going to be set up and the ideas that I'm going to do, the idea is we're still going to release courses for $39.99. That's not going to change. For the people that want the bulk course and don't really want one lesson or a lesson here and there, they want the full course and they want the free updates and all these things, we're going to add that. We're going to add courses just like the ones you guys see here for $39.99. That's for the 18% who wanted that not to change. So for the 19% who don't want that change, we're going to keep that, okay? And we have about 99 votes, so it's almost a random sample of 100 people, right? For the people who are struggling and who want access to a particular lesson or a particular aspect or a particular question that needs to be answered, then the courses that range from 99 cents to $9.99, that will be released on the website. Now, something that I thought about is that a course that's 99 cents, it doesn't make sense to release it for 99 cents and let it be just as long or just as short as one that's $9.99. So what the idea is that these lessons or these courses, depending on how much content is in it, that will decide the price. So you'll see some courses for 99 cents, you'll see some courses for $2.99, for $3.99, for $9.99. It will be a library of courses, but specifically to the question that you have. So for example, let's say you have a problem with getting high amounts of traffic but not enough sales. If that takes me, let's say, a half hour to answer, that course might be for $2.99 or $1.99 or whatever it might be, like $1.99 on that page, right? Now, don't get me wrong, the YouTube videos are still going to go on, things like that. It's not like these things are going to change. But this is our way of catering to the market of the YouTube people, the viewers, who are struggling with the idea of paying $39.99 for a course. Now, once again, we're not going to, and I have to be very specific about this, and I have to be very straightforward, we cannot and we will not give the courses that are $39.99, what people already paid for, at the lower prices. We just can't do that. That's unfair to the people who paid. And it really hurts your brand when you do something like that because you're showing disloyalty, right? I have to be loyal to the people that invested their time and their effort. Now, the quality of the courses is not going to change at all. Like you guys know, we put out top quality courses and content. And part of the reason why I'm not ashamed of talking about my courses and videos, every other video, whatever, the reason why I have zero shame doing that is because I'm very confident that the courses that I release help people make money. That's the whole point. And the reason why I say that is because I've made money doing what I'm teaching. Does that make sense? So we're putting that out there. So the reason why I even figured making a video on this is because I don't want to blindside people and release things 99 cents, $1.99, $2.99. Don't want to blindside people out of nowhere with no explanation as to what we're doing. I believe we're a community here, whether we talk about blogging, whether we talk about Shopify, whether we talk about Redbubble, whether we talk about Etsy, whatever we talk about, we're inclusive. We are a group on this channel. Now, I get it, in 2022, with the way social media is set up, everybody's, the world is just going crazy right now. Things are changing. People's things are weird. I don't want to get too deep into it, but you guys know the world is changing dramatically. The politics, the things that are going on, and it's almost like we are becoming divided as a human group, as a civilization. We're becoming divided over the smallest things. The whole point is for this YouTube channel to be a safe haven to one group of people. And that's the people who want to learn how to make passive income, make more money in any kind of regard, whether it be print on demand, whether it be building apps, whether it be blogging, whether it be whatever it is. That's the point of this channel. So now you guys know my game plan, because my game plan is to cater to both groups. Now, obviously, when we do the 99-cent courses and things like that, it's not like you make much money, but we have to do it in a way to where it can help enough groups of people. So we're trying to help both groups of people here. Now, once again, I'm going to say this once again, out of loyalty for the people that join the courses, we are not going to release any of that content, of the premium content on the paid courses that are for $39.99 in the future. We're not going to release any of this content onto the platform that's the cheaper platform that's made for majority of people, okay? We're not going to do that out of respect for them. Something that I will also say, just to end the video, is if you are a member of the POD Design course, if you're a member of the Redbubble Tag course, those are the two courses that are going to get their updates first. We're working on some really big updates for both of those courses with a lot of content. So, when you see the updates, you guys are really going to like them. But we've been working really hard behind the scenes on just showing different things, building different things. You guys will see once you see the update. But regardless, After that, we'll move into the Zazzle update and the TeePublic update. You guys know I like to add updates to the products. I always like to keep the content fresh. I like to keep adding content. And we've been doing, like, a lot of members have came back, whether they emailed me or through the comments have said, yeah, we're making money with these courses. We're doing well with these courses. And when we add the content, guys, we're not going to increase the price. The prices from now on is going to stay to $39.99. I figured I'd say this and get this out of the way because I'd never really thought about this. Like I said, this email changed my thought and changed my thinking. The crazy thing about this, guys, is just the other day, I was watching a video of Shaq. I was on my bed, Shaquille O'Neal. He was talking, and he said when he was in the NBA, there was a woman that after he was like going back to his locker room, there was a woman who started yelling at him saying, F you guys for charging too money for the sneakers. So he was confused. And maybe the lady had like front row seats or something like that, and he was confused. So he said, let me pull out some money and give it to her. So I don't remember what the deal was. He pulled out a check or maybe he pulled out some money or whatever it is, and she slapped it out of his hand. And she said, I don't want that. I don't want your money, but make things more affordable for us people. And what I thought to myself is I remembered, like I said, the time when I was a student, college student with almost no money. We're talking, literally stretching dollars every month, almost nothing, just trying to figure out my way. I remember the times where my parents would come home and argue over an extra dollar spent on something, a grocery or whatever it is, because things cost too much money. The reason why I'm even talking about this is because I understand how it's like to be poor out there. I understand to not be in a good financial spot. I get it. I was there. This is not something, I wasn't born in a high rise. I wasn't, we had real financial issues. My whole desire to even move on past this whole thing is, and I've said this before, I've said this so many times, this story, but when my mom was on her deathbed, when she had cancer in the hospital, she said, man, I had dreams to visit Paris. I had dreams to do this and do that. But, she was a working person. She didn't have money. She didn't have extra money to spend. And when she passed away, all I could think to myself is I don't want to be in her position. I don't want to be in the position that when I'm getting ready to die, basically, I don't want to have regrets saying, I wish I'd done this, I wish I'd done that, because of lack of money. And I would hate to have somebody else who's watching this channel go through the same thing. I would hate for somebody to say, man, I wish I would have been successful with Redbubble, or I wish I would have been successful with this or successful with that. So what I'm saying is our effort on this YouTube channel for the small time left that we're going to talk about print on demand, because we're not going to talk about it forever. Honestly, we're going to move on because we've really done a lot of content around this. For the small time left, we'll add products that are more affordable for the group of people who can't afford the $39.99 courses. That's basically what it's going to be for, okay? So we're serving both parts of the community here. And a lot of the times, guys, with everything that we do, it's purpose-driven. We don't do things for no reason. So I figured I'd put this out there so that everybody's clear. We're all inclusive. We're all one community on this channel. And, hopefully you guys are going to be okay with my decision. And like I said, out of respect for everybody watching this, I decided to make a public video about it. It's not like I just came out of nowhere and, released, a website saying, hey, go buy these courses, because you would think that you don't really make that much money off of them. I'm telling you, when you're selling a course for 99 cents or $1.99, there's a big portion of the fees and the hosting gets eaten up. And I'll be honest with you guys, the courses that we sell here are going to have to carry the weight of that other website. But like I said, my goal is not to profit off of this. My goal is to help serve a certain part of the community so that once this is all over with and we stop talking about print on demand completely and we move on to something else, that a group of people will be like, yeah, I took his course and he actually helped me. There's nothing more to me that makes me happier or more impactful in my personal life when I get a comment saying, "Hey, I just made my first sale because of your course." Like, that's huge to me. That's unbelievably huge. I can't express how big that is for me personally. And maybe you guys won't understand because maybe you're not in my certain position. But everything that I've earned, I had to fight for. I remember very specifically the journey going from zero to that first win. It was very difficult. And very difficult is an understatement. But regardless, I don't want to keep telling the same story over and over and over again. Maybe one day we'll set up a podcast and talk about it. But I figured I'd release this video so that we're all on the same page and so I can have acceptance from you guys, the fans, the followers, the viewers, about this. All right? So just coming up honest and, what's going on. And after this email, it really changed my views. And, I think everything happens for a reason. So hopefully you guys are okay with this and we'll go ahead and move forward. Please let me know what you think in the comments. I value everybody's opinion. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you. Bye.